Hello one and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass. So as you've probably seen by now, I swapped my little Alfa Romeo 4C for a Jaguar F-Type R. But before I got rid of the little red car, I wanted to do a video for you guys explaining exactly why I decided to change. Now first of all, one thing I want to be really clear of is I still think this is an awesome little car and I'm so sad it's now gone. But sometimes change is good, and there were a number of reasons why I decided it was time to switch from the 4C to the F-Type. But rather than standing out here looking at the car and remembering how beautiful it is, making me regret my decision instantly, I think we might as well jump in and I will chat you through all of the reasons why I decided to change. I think you could definitely say one reason, it's not really a reason, is the noise. Whilst this car sounds so good, because it's a lightweight, carbon fibre, no sound dampening situation, it's bloody noisy. And for Seen Through Glass, which I always said would never affect my car buying decision, it has, because it's made vlogging really hard from inside this little car. The minute you get any speed up, you have to shout. I mean, even cruising around London, I was like, hello, welcome to Seen Through Glass. Basically, as I said, I'm so sad that this car is now gone. It has been such a huge part of my life for an incredibly short amount of time. But I think you will all know the moment that things kind of flipped and changed in my mind, and unfortunately it was when that freaking van drove into my car. Anyone who has experienced a similar thing, whether it's crashing the car yourself, having someone crash into the car, whatever it is, something happens. It's like the beer goggles get lifted off. And all of the things that I was putting down to charm and character, that I was like, you know, I'm happy to put up with all that stuff. Suddenly, I was like, piece of junk. I was being so rude about the car. And I guess the love story that was me and the Alfa 4C wasn't over, but had a huge dent in it, like the car. And as I was sitting at home and Paul Wallace was trolling me about going back and getting the F-Type like I originally wanted to do 9 months ago, 10 months ago. Because whilst the F-Type is basically the dream, it's just a little bit more expensive. That's really the only thing that's holding me back. It just sort of amplified how much I was a bit like, oh, the 4C, like the thought, for example, of taking this car down to Monaco on another 16-hour drive. I was just like, oh. What I'm going to say is, if I was able to have this car as my weekend runaround, not my daily driver, I think I'd be keeping it. The problem is, as a daily driver, it's a bit silly. It's a little bit silly. In London, you can't go over speed bumps. You have to go over them at half a mile an hour. It is so low and wide, this car. It's like driving a cube.
Are we going to scrape on this?
Might. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about this weird lighting, by the way. It's a randomly sunny day in London. Don't know what that's about. I can't go into underground car parks because I bottom out. Parking, I get so nervous about parking this car in places because it does get a huge amount of attention, and that means you have to put some thought into where you're parking it, where you're leaving it. And parking in city centres, people aren't that careful about other people's cars. So I was always thinking about that, and those are the kind of things that I should be thinking about when I own my McLaren 570S or my Ferrari 430 Scuderia. That's, you know, when I'm thinking about that, and hopefully I'll have a daily to run alongside them. But right now, as my daily in a, what is realistically a £50,000 car, do I want to be having those thoughts? Not really. And that's what was starting to play on my mind a bit more, is how careful I was having to be. And all of the people, yes, I'm afraid you're included in this, who are going, it's going to be a great investment, yeah, it's a future classic. I agree, it might be, but all I was doing was then being terrified of putting any miles on the car. Because let's face it, hardly anyone else is going to daily the 4C. Sure, they might, but I think it's unlikely they're going to put as many miles as I've put on this car in 6 months. And all of these decisions, all of these things, I just don't want that right now in my life. I love cars, and I'm passionate about cars, and I want a car that I can drive 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want to be in my car, or take it everywhere, love it, be stupidly quick, just be a car that I freaking love and can use all the time. And the problem is, the 4C isn't always that car. The flip side of that, and as you probably saw when I got the car back after the damage repair, is that this car is so much fun. Oh, tunnel. Oh, yes, baby, you're back. It is so much fun, and I love it. You know, it makes an amazing noise. It brings a smile to your face. The amount of attention this car gets is outrageous. It is a baby supercar. I'm sorry for anyone who gets out there and goes, oh no, it's not a supercar. It's a baby supercar because it fits in with that crowd immediately. You can take it to a car event, a supercar convoy, and everyone accepts it as being something special. You park it on the street and complete randomers come up and talk to you about it. It's incredible. Well, how you doing, pal? So that has been amazing, and it's such an incredible feeling having a car like that other car enthusiasts love and want to talk about. But unfortunately, the downsides were starting to outweigh the positives, and when I started to think about the F-Type again and started to make some calls, and then, because you know, my big argument, as I'm sure I said in the collection video or the announcement video, I don't know yet because it's a few days away, I didn't think the F-Type was affordable. The whole thing with the 4C was that I was looking to get the F-Type, but it just wasn't affordable. And then the 4C came along, which was all the amazingness that it still is. This car is still amazing, and it was cheaper and cheaper to run, blah, blah. At that point, the minute I realised that the F-Type was a possibility, I think the 4C had lost the battle, I'm afraid. And it means that I'm now in a car, the Jaguar, that I can use all the time. And it's amazing, and it's loud, and it's quick, and it does everything, but it's comfortable, and I can take it on a long cruise. I don't have to worry about using it every day because of the mileage. All of these things that for me right now, as Sam and as seen through glass, are more important. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope you understand my thought process. As I say, I am so sad that this little car is gone because it has been so much fun, and the memories I have in it will forever be a special place, and maybe one day I'll buy another one again. Maybe I'll regret this decision, and maybe in 5-10 years I'm like, I just need the 4C back in my life. But I kind of want to go out on a high. That's what it is. My fear was that if I kept this car for another 6 months, I'd taken it to Monaco, had it over the winter when I was a little bit scared of it, to be honest, because of the steaming up and the non-existing heating and all of that stuff. And I think I would have started to resent it. And who wants that? I never want to resent this car. It's too cool. And please don't let this put you off buying a 4C, because, you know, I will still champion them, and I will probably go on forever saying it's an amazing car. It's just, I've always wanted the F-Type. I've always wanted the F-Type. And for that, I had to make the change. So, goodbye Alfa. This probably one of the last videos you'll see. There are still a few videos to come with the 4C, but this is really the send-off, the bye-bye. It's the last day I'm driving the car. I'm off to collect the F-Type tomorrow. I don't know how else I'm going to drive the car. So yeah, feeling a bit emotional, to be honest, a bit sad. Is that weird? It's just such a cool, unique little car. Even now I've got a taxi driver next to me staring. Feel free to go back, watch the videos. I'm going to try and put a little highlights video together maybe. I mean, this is kind of the highlights video. I'll see if there's enough footage to make a separate highlights video of the 4C. All I can say is that onwards and upwards. Hopefully there's lots more exciting stuff to happen. I've got so many things planned with that F-Type. I can't even begin to tell you. It is a proper project. It's Project STG on that car. So make sure you're subscribed for plenty more videos. Let me know if you're sad to see the 4C go and you think I've made the wrong decision. Comment below, tell me. But I am happy in my heart and in my head. God, I feel like a poet right now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As I say, subscribe, there are plenty more videos to come. Because whilst the F-Type is basically the dream, it's just a little bit more expensive. That's really the only thing that's holding me back. Hello one and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass. Surprise!